Welcome to a brand new Minecraft series built around one of the most creative mods ever made, Create. And the mod pack that the series is using is Mr. Beardstone's Perfect World post-production. This episode especially will be the start of everything, maybe even a little sneak peek to a future base. But right now, we start at nothing, but eventually we'll have everything automated. So without further ado, let's create. Oh, okay, this is a pretty decent spawn. This is a pretty decent spawn. Jeez. Here we go. Alright, let's start cave exploration. All I need is iron first, then worry about everything else down there later. Alright, shield, very good. More diamonds, diamond. Okay, I need gold. There's gold there. Here's the diamonds. Even that was this way. And oh, more there! No way! Oh, that's my lucky day. Okay, that was one pretty good mining trip. I got a bunch of iron, some gold, some redstone, some lapis, some diamonds, coal, reds, yeah, all the good stuff. Now, next step is to find a suitable place to set up camp. Man, I guess here isn't terrible. Oh, what's that building right? What's that building there? I'll go explore that later. I think right here is an actually good spot. So let's set up camp right here. Alright, since we set up our base area in this honestly very close location to spawn, which is right over that way. Next step to do is to get all the crate stuff, the basic crate stuff, like a wrench, goggle, press, and a saw for wood. So I think the first thing would be going back to the caves to get some resources like zinc, copper, some more iron, and also andesite, which is the main important one. Let's get started. Depot, mechanical press, and a hand crank. Anvil, splitting table, and grindstone, all free. All for this be turned into the basic kit. Okay, that was a waste. Big crafting table. Hold up, wait. Cog, 3U, boom, wrench. Much easier stuff to pick all this up with. I'm stealing everything create. Ooh, dough. Look at all these bountiful create resources. I'm so happy right now. Leather, string. There we go, backpack, baby. Oh wait, crap! I do need another string. Oh, because I'm gonna kill another sheep. Oh well. Alright, so we now have goggles, a wrench. We got mechanical press, depot with the depot, hand crank with the millstone as well. We're gonna need 1, 2, 3 pressed, 1 andesite alloy, and 1 andesite casing. Oh crap! It's never mind. Not an andesite. It's another piece of iron. I'm stinky. There we go, and a saw. Very good. Good. We have all of this basic create stuff as well as basic create gear like the goggles and the wrench. Alright, so the next step we need to do right now is to get power, mainly with water wheels. So with water wheels we need a lot of wood, a lot of it. So we'll grab the saw and the hand crank. Using the saw and the hand crank, we can actually chop trees down in one, like, breaking one block. We can use that trick on big trees to get a lot of wood. So I've got some wood. A cool trick with this, using the mechanical saw and trees, is you can combine them like this and use mechanical saw to chop them all at once. Just like that. Now, that's pretty good. Okay, so I've got a bunch of wood, thankfully, so let's grab one of these. Shafts, make all that to that. That's that, and then... Alright, so that's 17 water. That should be enough power. Let me grab you and you while I wait, as well as you. Also should be it. Let me Get rid of that and put this away. So, water wheel location, I'm unsure of where to place it. So the base is going to be around there. That's where the base is going to be. A small water wheel there. We'll have it... Let's go pumping that way. Alright, so now we have some water wheels finally. So, the purpose of this small water wheel, instead of just using all these big water wheels, is mainly to speed it up just a little bit more, because large water wheels produce more, spin slower. Obviously, vice versa with the regular water wheels. The regular water wheels, we can then just use this for the speed boost and a little bit of power, and it's the main power thing. We can do this thing called a gear ratio. Basically we combine cog wheels, more so large to small, and then vice versa, until we get max speed. This is obviously a much cheaper option than getting a rotational speed controller, which is the more streamlined way of speeding up, or changing the speed. So now we can start to make and combine all of these together. But depot there, millstone. There we go. Alright, so right now we have the press, the saw, and the grindstone. I will now have to get other stuff, like a deployer, crushing wheels, mechanical, crafter, and other stuff. But before any of that, we have to go to the nether. And that's the obsidian done. I will need some more resources, like this zinc here, and copper, and redstone, and more iron as well. Mainly because I would need a decent amount of those resources for the next create steps, also. Jesus Christ. Ah! Here we go. Boom, baby! The nether. It takes a bit. Oh, what is this bio? Okay, so we got one netherite and 4 sheets makes a blaze burner. All we have to do now is capture a blaze in a blaze burn to get a blaze burner. Hey guys, how's it going? No, don't shoot me. No, don't be shot. Ow! How could you? I heard it. Yep, there it is. Parkour around, parkour. Yeah, ow! Come on. Alright, blaze burner required. Now I gotta get the hell out of here. Return to sender! Yeah! Ooh, a disc! Ooh. Ghast! Ow. Ooh, dry ghast. I have a little baby ghast. Hey! Yay! So I got the blaze burner. The next step to use the blaze burner is to get a mixer. A mixer. Whisk, which is 5 iron, 2 andesite. And then after that, get a cog. So get that and a cog. Alright, whisk. Actually, I already have a basin, thankfully, but normally it would be 5 andesite alloy in a little U shape. We could add another one on top and then get the mechanical mixer there. Basin and blaze burner there. Perfect. That's working. The next thing to get is a fan. Four iron pressed, 1 andesite alloy. Yep, and then obviously that, and we have a casing there. Propeller, make, fan, make. Okay, now let me make another depot, which is one of you and you depot. Something like that for now. And I'll improve it later. All right, next thing to do is to make brass. Now, thankfully, I already had some other stuff going, but I think right now what we have right now should be plenty. So I think we have a mixer with a basin and a blaze burner. We feed blaze burner any type of wood right into there, and then we put the copper in, and then we put the zinc in, and then now it'll start to mix to get brass. Nice. We finally have some brass. It's a real alloy, I'll tell you that. So now with this brass, we can now get a deployer. Brass hand. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 brass hands, andesite alloy. Yeah, brass sheets. Then we can make a brass hand. Now we need electron tubes. Electron tubes is a mixture of redstone and nether quartz. So you put nether quartz there and mix it with redstone. Boom. Then electron tubes require polished rose quartz and ice sheet. How do you polish it? With sandpaper, obviously. Sandpaper is honestly very simple. Luckily for us, we can literally press one sugar cane into paper. Then we combine this paper and sand with sandpaper. Put the sandpaper in the off hand, and then hold right click to start sanding this down. Boom. That's 8. And then we combine these 8 polished rose quartz with 8 pressed iron ingots. Boom. Now we can make a deployer, finally. Boom. Deployer. There we go. Alright. It's now Samp's move forward one. By looks of it, we are actually fine with the amount of stress units that we have, SU. So before we do that, I do want to see how much stress units we have left. So I think it's that. Mix that with the casing. Yes. So the speedometer and the stressometer. Speedometer measures the amount of speed that we have. Obviously, we have max speed. 256 RPM is max speed. Next is the stressometer, which is the same kind of material, but like that. So we are producing 8.4 thousand, and we have 1.7 thousand remaining, or roughly 1.8, which is pretty good. However, we're going to need a lot more with the actual base. A lot more. Mechanical crafter, this one. It requires electron tube, brass casing, and crafting table to get 3. We obviously, the max area, or the needed area, is more so a 5x5 with the corners taken out. That's 21 total. So 21 divide that by 3, 7. So we need actually 7 electron tubes, 7 brass kits, and 7 crafting tables. Boom. Easy. Oh, it's pretty easy. And hopefully, because at max, this is consumes a lot. It's like, I'm trying to think. At max speed, I think it would consume around 100, which isn't a lot. But when you combine that with the 21, that's still a lot. So best put this at like a smaller speed. Oh yes, we made it. Okay, how much do we have left? Oh my god, we have nothing left. Crushing wheels aren't that expensive either. I gotta make some more. Andesite though. Thankfully, it's much more cheaper to actually make andesite in the mixing way. 16 andesite, 4 woods. I'm gonna honestly just grab an andesite. So, andesite, wood, and all of this encased in andesite. Oh, let's go! We got crushing wheels. However, I won't attach it because there's no use for it currently. And no real practical use currently in this stage. Okay, now I'm going to explain everything with much detail as I possibly can. We'll start off with mechanical press. The mechanical press is able to be used to press certain ingots into sheets. As well as, if you instead of a depot put a basin down, then you can actually compact depending on the type of recipe you want to use it. Next is the deployer. The deployer is literally the player's right hand, but automated more so. So this can either use like place blocks or use bucket on cows for an example, or it can go into attack mode and use its fist or you equip with the sword to actually attack mobs, making this great for XP farms. Next is the mixer. As seen before, you can use the mixer to mix certain resources together. The saw can be used to obviously saw wood types into obviously their wood variants like stairs and whatever else. But also it can be used to cut stones into certain stone variants as well, which is very helpful. The fan is used to, in a way, move items a different way besides to belts. Also has a secondary use, or in this case the main use, because people use it mainly for this reason. If you place lava, water, a campfire, or a soul campfire, it can use that block to, for example, cook it, smelt it, wash it, or haunt it. The mechanical crafter, as seen before, crafts certain recipes. Some recipes are too big for the current crafting table, so it requires this, as well as it can also be used for automation as well. So it can be like a 2x2 or a 2x1 or just a 1 or a 3x3 or this size or whatever other size you're trying to automate, and it'll craft it automatically. The crushing wheels, as we just made before, are similar to the millstone, but instead of milling it, it crushes it. It's a bit less fine, but has more general uses and recipes when it comes to actually grinding. And that's really it that we have so far. After I did that, I did some extra work. I got a schematic can and a schematic table. Gas has grown up and been executed. So I have the house schematic that I done before. I'm not gonna show you till next episode. However, I do have the materials checklist for this. And this is what we have. It is a lot right now. It is a lot. Unfortunately, we do not have enough time to actually build the base this episode. However, the next episode, that's the goal, is to build my first build of this series, as well as just the starter house in general. But I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.